Earlier today, Jim Bowden of The Athletic was a guest on MLB Network Radio on a show Thursday afternoon. During his appearance, he reported that the Phillies are aggressively pursuing center field help at this year's deadline. In quotes, they've talked to the Baltimore Orioles about Cedric Mullins. Bowden said of the Phillies, he might be a nice fit there.
That would be some shit.
I could see that happening.
I could see it happening, but I also could see the O's and the Phillies meeting in the World Series, and then there's Cedric Mullins.
If that happens, Ced is going to go off against the Orioles. If I'm the Phillies, yeah, they're looking to upgrade, and I know that people are frustrated with certain things with Cedi, but when you're looking around the league and when you're looking at other teams, the Phillies are the best team in the baseball right now. Like, they're looking at it. If they're inquiring about Cedric Mullins, they think he can upgrade. And I know you can say about issues with teams. I know people get on me. Ryan, I swear if you tweet about Cedric Mullins is all right, well, guess what? I'm going to keep tweeting about it. Want to see me do it again. I love Cedric's game. I think he has that value to help this team for this year. You can talk about the future all you want moving forward, but he can help a team win a World Series right now.
He's in the double digit. He's on pace for 20 home runs this year.
What would that return look like? Like, what would be enough to give up Cedric, if for anything?
That's the thing is it wouldn't make a lot of sense for me right now, because unless they're giving you pitching prospects, because I don't see the Phillies taking anything away from their current team. So you would be trading Cedi in more of a future move to then, I guess, also open up center field for guys like Cowser and stuff.
Where you're only getting Cedi this year too, because he's on his last year of his contract.
Right.
Well, is it last year, or did he have one more?
I thought this was the last.
No, he's got one more year. He's got one more year.
Okay.
He's not an unrestricted free agent until he's 31, which will be after the 2025 season. So
got it.
A lot of good things right now, right? A lot of good things. Go ahead.
And I think too, it's like, I think the people who have been on board with the whole trade Cedi thing, I think in their mind it has been that will be one of the catalysts or one of the pieces to go get a major league arm. So to trade that. And so if they go and they trade him for prospects, that would, I think a lot of people would be very, very upset about that. Even if they were on both sides, either side of that argument, people would be pretty mad
you're
about
trading him for prospects and then those prospects are flipped 2 days later to go get a big, like, it would make no sense.
I know.
Suddenly make.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
The Baltimore Orioles are going to be candidates. And they are as aggressive as anybody else can be. And Zach, I don't know what you're doing, but you're going to stay here and talk to me for a second. Is that the Orioles are going to find a way, because right now the American League, as you guys just mentioned, this is their league to win right now. It is their league to win. When you look at the construction, I'll tell you what, the one team that's actually becoming scary again, because you should never count them out, is the Houston Astros.
I mean, we talked about this. We even asked Jared Carrabis about this. We said, is this going to be the classic beginning of the year? Everyone throws out the Houston Astros, and then they come back. And even back then, when they were in pretty much last place in their division, they were actually competing with the A's for a little bit. Even Jared was like, it's the Astros. They have some magic where you can never count them out.
No, and that's something at least that we can understand and know, is that the Astros have been there and they've done that, and they've done it over and over again. And until that they're out, even last year, it felt like that they were to go to the World Series until Texas won again on the road 2 more times in Houston to prove that they are still a formidable and their window's still open. And imagine also if the Astros traded away some of their big pieces when they were in the rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we looked even a few months ago. It was like, oh, are the Astros going to be open to trading guys like Verlander, guys like we saw Alex Bregman's name go out there. Tucker was even mentioned as someone that you would sell high on. Now they're back in it. They're getting their pieces back. They're back in it. And it's an example of, like you said, of why you don't always go all in. They've kept their main guys that they're like, this is our centerpiece. And we're going to build around that. And that's why they've been sustainably one of, if not the most dominant team in baseball the past, 10 years now?
They have been the most consistent team over the last decade. They've been the best team that you want to try to emulate what you want the Orioles to do. And, granted, Mike Elias and Sig Mejdal came from there. Fair to say.
You have the right guys in to do it. If you want to do it like the Houston Astros did, you have the perfect guys.
And the
running
last
team.
thing I'll say with this is that when people talk about guys like Kyle Stowers and they talk about Connor Norby, there's also other players that the Orioles have that are really good, like Judd Fabian, Dylan Beavers, Seth Johnson. Like, and these are other tier players to finish the point here, Zach, that teams would love to have. It's just that the Orioles' top guys are so damn good or so damn highly touted as prospects that's where the appeal is. But make no mistake, the Orioles could make some really big moves to help their team, but without giving up what they've worked so hard for. And I think that's the biggest part, is that the Orioles have worked so hard to develop these top tier players. You better be damn certain that you feel good about it. And if you feel good about Skubal, then great, make a move. Yeah. If you have any hesitation on him or Garrett Crochet or any of those other guys, then go with a rental this year that you know that can get you to at least where you hope to be, and that is in the World Series. And then at the end of the day, you just need to stay healthy. You got to stay healthy and let the chips fall where they may.